Hello, my name is Marcus Bowen. I'm the Boating Education Coordinator for the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources. I'm out here today to talk to you about a couple of topics. The first topic, which really isn't a topic but a tool, is Inside the Fishing Forecast offered by our department. Inside the Fishing Forecast offers you several different things. One thing it does for you is it tells you the bodies of water across the state of Kentucky that you can utilize and access. Also in that, it tells you what species of fish are in those bodies of water and which ones are the predominant ones to catch. And it even gives you a tip, if you want, to what lure to use or what technique or equipment to use. So whether you're fishing for stripers up at Lake Cumberland, largemouth bass at Cedar Creek, or red ear fish at Kentucky Lake, Inside the Boating Fishing Forecast is what you need. Now you may ask yourself, well, Marcus, how am I going to find this? Well, it's real simple. You go to fw.ky.gov. In the search engine, you're going to type in fishing forecast and it's going to take you to it. And then you'll have your own copy of it. So when you've used your fishing forecast to decide where you want to go to fish or boat, that leads me into my next topic I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about some safe things with a boat and what will make you legal on the water. The first thing is, as you can see, I have a motor on my boat. When you have a motor on your boat or it's mechanically powered, you have to have your boat registered. That's with letters and numbers, and your decal has to be 6 inches behind the letters. So even if you're just running a trolling motor, your boat has to be registered. Now, you'll see I've got some things out here on the boat that I want to talk about. One is our first aid kit. You don't have to have a first aid kit on your boat by law, but it's an important tool for you to have on your boat in case you get scraped or hurt. You've got some stuff that you can take care of yourself while you're on the water. And the next one, as you can see today, this beautiful sunshine, is sunscreen. That's going to keep you from getting sunburned. So that's something you need to have on your boat. Now, we talked about my boat motor. Anything that uses gas products on your boat will require you have to have a fire extinguisher on your boat. The couple things about a fire extinguisher for boats is one, it has to be type B. For marine use. And there's two things to know: that once you buy a fire extinguisher, it doesn't mean it's good for life. There's two ways to tell if your fire extinguisher is still good. Mine here has a plunger, as you can see. Every year you should get your plunger and depress it, and if it pops up, that means your fire extinguisher is still charged. The other types that we have will have a dial on them that actually show you it's in the green or charged. So every year when you get out your boat and you check your fire extinguisher, if that plunger doesn't come back up or it's not in the green on the dial, you need to go buy you another fire extinguisher. The most important thing to me in a boat is our life jackets. Now, our life jackets is the way I say it's our seat belt in a boat. We don't have a seat belt in a boat. So if we have an accident, there's nothing to hold us into the boat. So if you have your life jacket on, and we'll talk a little bit about this, if you have your life jacket on, and when you have a life jacket, consider it your own personal life jacket. It needs to fit you and be ready to go. So just like this one, I grabbed it. I've had adjusted it to fit me. Now, yes, I may have to cinch it down a little bit, but it still fits. But if something happens in a boat and I get tossed, this protects our chest. So it's a safety device kind of to help us protect our vital organs. The next thing it does is it keeps me afloat. So if you get thrown out of your boat and you're unconscious, there's nothing going to help keep you afloat. So your life jacket will. So this is the seat belt in the boat. Now that's a habit. Just like putting your seatbelt on in a car, wearing your life jacket is a habit. So what I try to stress is every time that you go on your boat, and the boat is moving, you're getting ready to go from point A to point B, this needs to be on. Now when the boat stops and it's hot like it's going to be today, then yes, you may take it off. But when the boat's moving, you need to be wearing this. This is your seat belt. Now, if you're a boat operator, there's another device that I always use. This is your kill switch. It's your safety lanyard. But basically, I take this and I hook it to my life jacket. So now the boat operator, if something happens in an accident and you're thrown out, this will actually disconnect from your switch and it'll shut the motor down. And that does two things. One, if you get thrown in the water and your motor's still running, your boat is going to start circling you. And we call it the death circle because eventually the boat's going to run over you. And we don't want that. The other thing it might do is if it doesn't start circling you, it's going to go in a straight line. And when it goes in a straight line, the only thing that's going to stop it is some other object. So to keep you and your family safe and other people safe on the water, this kill switch is a very important device. So 2 things: make sure you got your life jacket on when the boat's moving, and whoever's operating the boat, you make sure that you've got your kill switch attached. Now, there's a few things that make your life jacket legal, and I'm going to show you these. Every life jacket, when you open them up on the inside, it will have a label on it. In this label, the very first thing, one of the things you're going to see is Coast Guard approved. Your life jacket has to be approved by the U.S. Coast Guard to be able to be a legal life jacket for you on the water. The next thing is, you see it says adult large, and it'll give you some user weights, more than 90 pounds. Make sure your life jacket fits you. You can't hold up a life jacket that's a kid's life jacket and it count for you. It has to fit you, be Coast Guard approved. The other thing it has to be is like you saw, I put this on. The buckles have to work, the zippers have to work. If it's non-functioning, it doesn't count. So make sure it's Coast Guard approved, it fits you, it's made for your size, and that everything on it's functioning, and that the stuffing's not coming out of it, it's in good shape. Check it every year, just like you check your fire extinguisher, check your life jacket to make sure it's good. Habits. Once you get in the habit of putting that on, when the boat's moving, you'll do it without thinking, just like you do with your seatbelt. Next thing to have, this is a Type 4 PFD. PFD stands for Personal Flotation Device or Life Jacket. This actually is not a life jacket like this that qualifies for you to wear. What it is if your boat's 16 foot or longer, you have to have a throw cushion in the boat. And what do I have attached to mine? I've got rope. Why? Because it's a throw cushion. If you go in the water, I can throw this to you to get a hold of, and if I have this rope attached to it, guess what? I can pull you in instead of you having to swim. But this, by law, has to be in the boat if it's 16 foot or longer. But those are just a few of the things. Your bilge pump, any piece of safety equipment, navigation lights, you need to make sure that they're up and running every year before you go to the water. On the water to find out if your lights work or not is not a good thing. You need to have that ready to go before you ever leave the house. I appreciate you watching today. We want you to stay safe. We want you to enjoy the outdoors. And the most important thing to remember is the first thing in fishing is fw.ky.gov.